In our prior two videos, we talked about doing this unmounted and walking forward a circle and starting off with your inside leg first. What we're going to do now is we're going to expand that to the horse. And an exercise that I really like to work with people on, that I think really helps in the rider and the horse learning to communicate with each other, and how that rider can learn and grow to communicate with that horse in kind of a subconscious way where you're not having to think about it. That horse is responding to you and your signal through your body language and your body posture, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to get on your horse. Well, first of all, this is Diana. She's a young horse lady, horsewoman that works here at Windy Hill Farm, and she's been here for probably about a year now or a little more, and she spent her first year primarily working with ponies, and she's done a very nice job in finishing her ponies and preparing them. And what I wanted to do is use this pony and use Diana for this demonstration, because I think it's a very appropriate combination. That this pony is a very good pony that came in here, had been kind of hot rodded a little bit and had a little too much forwardness and impulsion, and Diana's done a good job of softening that and preparing this horse to be more usable and more reliable in a canter and so on. So what I want you to do is I want you to get on your horse, and I want you to sit there, and the first thing you want to accomplish is you got to make sure your horse is relaxed. Now you see how this little horse is relaxed. Her eyes are soft, her ears are soft, and she's not wringing her tail and she's not prancing. And Diana's sitting there very relaxed and very quiet and very steady on her horse. So that tells us that both of these individuals are prepared to learn. So if you can't accomplish this first, don't bother watching the rest of the video. Back up and watch a couple other videos on how to obtain relaxation in your horse. Because if your horse is not relaxed, you're not going to get anything done. Okay, so the first step was Diana's relaxed, her horse is relaxed. So now what I want her to do is I want you to sit up there on your horse's back, and I want you to imagine that we're going to control those feet from up here, okay? So I'm going to ask her to take us to walk forward, and I want her to pick a front foot, it doesn't matter which one, to step out first. So I want you to walk off, and let's just say this front right foot, I want it to take the first step. So you do what you think you have to do with your hands and your legs and your feet and your seat, everything, and your body and your hip pressure to make that horse walk off and take the first step with its right foot. There. Okay? Very good. I'll come back around here. That was perfect. But see, Diana's been on a horse's back every day for the last long time. And last summer, when all the other girls was getting tattoos and sitting by the swimming pool, she was out here riding a horse. And that kind of helps get this worked out. Makes it a little easier, okay? So now, I want Diana to step off and take the left foot out first. Up, no. Let's try it again. Okay, now step off. There, see? She stepped off with the left foot first. So, all right, just come back over here and stand now, Diana. Diana made that look easy, okay? But I challenge you to do that and try that. And don't get out there and try to canter your horse out of control, and don't go out there and think, oh, I got to canter my horse, and you're up there trying to canter, and it's It's almost like two drunks out there dancing. They don't know what to do, okay? That you got to back up and do things like this. That communication that she gave this little horse to step forward like that is actually, in my opinion, preparing her for a canter departure. That's the same communication she's going to give to do a canter departure. So there's a lot of work that you can do at a very slow speed in a very mild environment to prepare yourself for a canter. So you can also do this where you can move that hind foot first, okay? So now step off and think about which hind foot you want to move out first. Go ahead. Okay. So how she signals that horse totally depends on how that horse is going to step off. So how can your horse get the right lead if you're not signaling it correctly? All right, now bring the right back foot out first. There. So you see how the back right foot sent off first on that. Okay. So now what you can do is get over here on the rail, like right over here, Diana. Come over here on the rail. Let's try something here. All right, I want you to go that direction on the proper lead and canter off. Let's see if we can get it done. Okay. I'll go back to trot. Walk. Canter. Okay. So you see her signaling that horse to do that the same way she did it at a standstill here. Now, Diana, I want you to try to canter from a standstill. Just stop and see if you can get her just to strike right off into a canter. There. And you got to look close. You might have to rewind this and look close at that. But that signal that she pushed that horse off with her hip and her leg was very similar to how we did here at a standstill. Okay, stop. Now, we're riding this little horse in a German martingale, and I want you to notice how it kind of wants to gap its mouth a little bit. And that's a very good introduction to our next video. We're going to talk about impulsion and contact. So work on this exercise before you do anything else that we're going to do after this, and make sure you get this really worked out very smoothly and very harmoniously, and it's going to help you out.